Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those of you that watch my channel, you know that I like the best maximum speed that I can get out of a rifle per caliber as it was intended. I believe that speed always trumps size, except for certain circumstances. The long-range hunter going slower and then going faster or maintaining its speed longer is the new thing. New bullets are being built that way for the long-range shooter. But for the hunter, we've always kind of believed that what gets there the fastest, think about it now, in a race, a 100-yard race, if one is going slower from the muzzle, it's going to lose the one that's going faster from the muzzle at certain distances. I would say between 100 and 300 yards, which is the ethical distances for hunters. So today we're going to test that theory, because I'm going to go a light, fast bullet for caliber and a slower, heavy for caliber bullet in another rifle. The 6.5 Creedmoor and the 243 Winchester. Target set up at 100 yards. Let's get to shooting. Okay folks, up on the bench here I have my Seekins Precision Havoc Hit chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Now it's a brand new rifle to me. I've got less than 50 rounds through it with various types of ammunition. But today I'm going to go with the lightest, 100 grain Nosler ballistic tip. And it should be traveling out of the barrel at about close to 3,200 feet per second. Now I'm going to compare that's light for caliber, against my 243 Winchester over here with a heavy for caliber bullet, the 100 grain Sierra Game King. So it's 100 grain against 100 grain. So we're going to first test it on the target to see if they're any good. Remember, I haven't shot those bullets in either one of these rifles, so we're going to see how it hits. Then we're going to go to the ballistic calculator, because I always feel like the Hare always beats the Tortoise at shorter distances. And I'll explain that as we go along. But here we go. Okay, I don't know how these shots are going to turn out. First time I've shot these bullets in this rifle at 100 yards or ever. Cold bore, clean bore. Don't know how it's going to hit or even if it's going to group. But you're going to want to watch for the ballistic data at the end so that we can do a proper comparison of speed versus or fast versus slower, and slower versus fast at certain distances. But today it's only 100 yards, so the theory is not going to be sound. But the ballistic chart will show further distances out. Alright, so let's go. First three shots with a 100 grain Nosler ballistic tip. I suspect it's going to hit lower on the target. Let's see if I'm right. Oh well. Again, according to the box, the speed on these 100 grain Nosler ballistic tips using Varget powder is 3198, 3,200 feet per second. Be a real good varmint round, or even a ballistic tip. 100 grain might be okay for deer. Well guys, I'm not lying to you, this is the first time that I've shot these bullets through this rifle. This Seekins Havoc Hit, every time I shoot it, it never ceases to amaze me. The good old boys up there in Lewiston, Idaho, know how to make a rifle. Holy smokes. Okay. Well, we're going to get to the ballistic data, but so far, let's see how the 243 shoots now. Well, I had to walk up to take a look at this target because I couldn't see it at 100 yards even with a high-powered scope. But that's less than a half an inch, 2-in-1 hole, first clean bore, then the two right there in the black right on the X. I'd say that rifle is sighted in at 100 yards with a 100 grain bullet. Alright, so let's get on to the 243 and check it out. Hopefully it does just as good. Be right back. Okay, up on the bench now is my BCA-10 chambered in 243 with a 24-inch barrel. Now, these 100 grain bullets are traveling right around 2,975 feet per second. So, 225 feet per second slower than the Creedmoor. So, this is what gets me. This is slower velocity. So, think about it in terms of a race. Faster velocity, time of flight gets to the target first. Sure, downrange, maybe it drops off faster in terms of speed, but it gets to the target faster first. That's why I like speed, for maximum point blank range and to extend your range because it is going faster. For ethical hunting distances only, not for long range shooting. So let's, for all of you that are going to leave that in the comments, oh, BC, wind deflection, all that, hey, ethical hunting distance to me is 400 yards and in. That's just me. I don't care how you hunt. Hunt the way you want. Alright, here we go. Same target. Let's find out how this shoots. Also, have a new scope on here. A CV Life Bear 5 by 27 by 50. Bought it on eBay. My own money. So far so good on this scope. But let's see how it hits here. I should have it sighted in okay, but let's see how it shoots. Again, this bullet has never been shot in this rifle. Okay, that looks to be about an inch, maybe a little less. Okay, well, let's wrap this up and get to the important part where we go ahead and look at the ballistics tables. Again, the ballistics tables will not bring up time of flight to target, nor will it bring up necessarily terminal performance. But I am using hunting bullets, not match bullets. So it should give the energy on target at 100 yards and further out. So let's take a look at that and have some fun. Well, it looks like the 243 did pretty good. Oh, that's a 2-in-1 hole there. Not as good as a 6.5, but good enough to hunt with, don't you think? That's a pretty good little group there. All right, so let's get to that chart and discuss that. Okay, let's go over this chart. On this side here is the 6.5 Creedmoor. On this side is the 243. Okay, so Creedmoor, 100 grain bullet, 3,200 feet per second, a ballistic coefficient of 0.35, using the Nosler ballistic tip. At 300 yards, 2496, 1383 in energy, a 9.7 inch drop. Okay, over here, the 243, it has a higher ballistic coefficient of 0.43, but the top speed is 2950. Out to 300 yards, 2399. So 100 feet per second slower, 1278, 100 foot-pounds of energy less, and almost 2 full inches of drop and trajectory. Okay, so if you're saying, well, one has more powder charge than the other, no. 41 grains of Varget in the 6.5 Creedmoor, 43.5 grains of Reloader 22. Faster burning powder, slower burning powder. So what I'm trying to point out here, folks, remember, is speed is my favorite because it also provides greater energy at certain distances. What's interesting here is 500 yards, they pretty much equal out. 963, 949, 47.2, 42.1, close enough. Okay, folks, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment if you will. But no matter what, as always, may God bless you all. See you again next time. Goodbye.